Hey and howdy everyone, it's Jeannie with Paper Pixie Ink, and today I am sharing a somewhat different mini album. This one is kind of elongated and narrower, it's not as wide, and this is also more of a mixed media piece than a traditional style mini album like you usually see me make. So the cover is pretty simple. This is fabric, so I just took some chipboard and I covered it in fabric. The spine is a mixture of fabric and cardstock, so this is just scored gold foil cardstock. My back is the same as the front, essentially. So let's take a look. So I used a paper punch. It's kind of like a flower border punch to create these little accent pieces here. I just used this is champagne glitter cardstock. I have a bunch of scraps of it from other projects, so it worked perfectly for this. These are some flowers from Little Birdie Crafts, as well as some accent leaves as well. There are some kind of brass metal style dots on here as well. And then this is just a photo mat that you can take out and put in. And I just stamped the camera stamp in aged mahogany distress ink. So kind of basic cover, and then when you open it, each page is essentially the same. I used some pattern paper from a paper pad from Joann's, and I took some stencils and some paint, and I just added some details to the paper. And then I also used my sewing machine to sew around the edges of the paper. And then these are just some photo mats. So there is space for your photos. So these will fit 3x3 photos. So there's 4 spaces per page. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is a snowflake stamp that I have in my collection. It is from Stampin' Up. I can't remember the set, but it's old. They don't have it anymore. I'm sure they have something that has snowflakes on it right now, though, if you're interested. And I just stamped them in a green that kind of went with the paper, the pattern paper. This was, I think it was Sage from Catherine Pooler. So you can get quite a few photos on here. You can also tuck a photo in here. So these are photo corners, so you can tuck your photo in here. So technically 5. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 mats, and then the front cover page. And then I just used ribbon to hold these closed. And it's just like a basic gold. And then these pieces here, again, as I always do, I created some phrases in Canva and cut them out, printed and cut them out. This is an EK Success just plain flower punch that I've had for years. And I have a leaf punch. This, I think it's called Sprig? The Sprig punch. It's from Stampin' Up. I think they actually still have that one. And then this is just some gold tulle. I don't know if you can really see that, but I used some gold tulle to add a little bit more dimension as well, and then just some green enamel dots to make the centers of my flowers. So these are all roughly the same. So we have all the same space. This one says Let It Snow and Holidays. Again, these pieces were all made the same way. They came together pretty easily, pretty quickly, and add quite a bit of dimension. So these open this way instead, and they're to the side. So you have 2 here, and 2 here, and then you have your top one. And this one is the same, essentially. And then we have this one. So mostly the same. And again, there are more of those brass dots on here. And then the last page. So this only used a few sheets of white cardstock, a couple 12 by 12 sheets of pattern paper. Obviously the photo corners, I used all white cardstock scraps for my flowers, and I used the aged mahogany distress ink to color them. So I colored the centers, and then I did some edging on the petals themselves. So this was fairly simple to make. I don't have a tutorial for this. I may make one in the future if there is interest in a tutorial, but I did not make one for this album itself. I was just kind of playing around and seeing what I wanted to do, but I thought you guys would be maybe interested in seeing a slightly different take on an album. So I did want to point out that this album, while simplistic and only technically having 3 signatures in it, does have enough space in it for 41 photos. So each one of these is enough for 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then this has enough for technically 2, but I would probably only put 1 on it. So there is plenty of space in this album, and they're a decent size. I mean, 3 by 3 photos for an album like this is a pretty decent size. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's walkthrough. As always, if you are interested in seeing more videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, everyone.